Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most important topics that shaped human history: money. And no, we're not talking about your paycheck or credit cards, we're going way back. How did the idea of money come to be? What was the first form of trade? And how is money evolving for the future? Stick around and let's take a fascinating journey through time. Thousands of years ago, humans didn't have the luxury of cash or digital payments. They used what's called the barter system. It was simple. People exchanged goods and services directly. Want a goat? You might trade your wheat for it. Need a tool? Offer some fish in exchange. But there was a problem. This system only worked if both parties wanted what the other had. So, what do you do if the person you're trading with doesn't want what you have, or if you can't carry around large amounts of goods? That's when things got a little more interesting. To solve the problem of bartering, early societies started using commodity money, things that had value on their own, like cattle grains and even seashells. But as societies grew, this system started to become inefficient. You couldn't carry around a herd of cattle to buy a house or a sword. Enter metal coins. Around 600 BCE, the Lydians in modern-day Turkey created the first standardized coins made of precious metals like gold and silver. These coins became the foundation of the money system we still use today. Now, money could be carried easily and had intrinsic value. Fast forward a few hundred years to China in the Tang dynasty, around the 7th century. Traders were using metal coins, but these were heavy and cumbersome for long-distance trade. To make things easier, the Chinese started using paper money. It was a huge leap forward because it was light, easier to carry, and could represent actual value. Now, this new form of currency spread slowly across the world. But it wasn't until Europe really embraced it that we saw the birth of modern banking. In medieval Italy, banking families like the Medici began offering loans and issuing paper currency backed by precious metals. As countries and economies grew, so did the need for more control over money. This is where central banks came in. They were given the power to regulate money supply, set interest rates, and, eventually, issue currency that wasn't directly backed by gold or silver. Fast forward to the 20th century, and we reach the era of fiat money. This is the paper money we use today. Its value isn't based on gold or silver, but on trust in the government that issues it. Fiat money is worth something simply because people believe it is. Fast forward to today and we've entered the age of digital money. We use credit cards, online banking, and even mobile payment systems like PayPal or Venmo. But there's been an even bigger leap: cryptocurrencies. These digital currencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum are not controlled by any central government or bank. Instead, they rely on a technology called blockchain to verify and record transactions. Now, crypto is still new and, a bit volatile, but it's really changing the way we think about money. No longer do we need a middleman to make a transaction. Peer-to-peer systems are on the rise, and honestly, this is just the beginning. So, where does all this lead us? The future of money is, pretty exciting. Central banks are exploring their own digital currencies, so-called central bank digital currencies or CBDCs. This could make transactions even faster and more secure, but yeah, there are definitely questions about privacy and control. And then, there's the idea of a completely cashless society. In some countries like Sweden, we're already seeing digital payments take over. So what does that mean for the future? Will we rely on our phones or maybe even brain chips to pay for things? Only time will tell. From trading goats to Bitcoin and beyond, the evolution of money shows just how much we've adapted as societies and economies. But no matter what form money takes in the future, it will always be about one thing: value. And how we assign and exchange that value will continue to evolve with technology, innovation, and trust. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this historical journey, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into how the world works. And as always, let me know in the comments. How do you think money will look in the future? Catch you next time!